What's up, guys? All right, so let me put up the chats real quick. Uh, Open chat. All right, sweet. So I have that chat open up. Now I just open up YouTube. What's up, Shadow? How you doing, man? Can you hear me okay? Today's going to be a great day. We're about to go over some market analysis real quick. Sorry, I'm a little late today. I'm a little late today, but it's all good. All right. And where's Why can't I put up the? There we go, bro. Twitter needs to make it like more simple, man. You know, I feel like Twitter's too complicated, bro. In terms of like pulling up their chat, like they don't make it easy for streaming, which is a little bit annoying. All right, sweet. Now we got it up. All right, sick. All right. We still got some battery on my laptop, so we're chilling. But looks like we have some like news coming in right now on financial juice, or that already came in earlier this morning. If we look at a little bit of financial juice, this is China vows to take measures if the U.S. insists on going its own way. China asks the U.S. to correct wrongdoings. China Commerce Minister on U.S. statement in, I don't know how to say that, Huawei chips. U.S. undermines consensus reached in Geneva talks. China issues statement on U.S. adjusting chip export controls. So it's just a lot of back and forth, I guess. Still, we made some progress with that like 90-day kind of like lowered pause that we have right there, but U.S. VP Vance, if Russia is not willing to engage, eventually the U.S. has to say this is not our war. Ugh, yikes. Tough, 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 tough. Right? Pretty tough. Let's go and open up TradingView. Let's get ready. Today we are going to be focusing on our Top Step 1 account. Top Step X account is basically burnt. But that's okay. We still have 500 accounts left, guys. So it is a-okay. Let's pull up it's Monday. All right, so we're going to do our DRC. So first off, just look at Forex Factor just to see if we have any news today, which is a No News Monday. Exciting. So let's just see how the markets play out this week. I mean, it's been pretty uneventful for the past week. So hopefully this week we get a bit more movement during the New York session, because overnight has been awesome. But New York, man, lately just sucks. It's horrible. At least for me personally. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there who can like make money in that type of market, but bro, for me, that chop is not it. So this week we have no news today. We have CPI or common CPI, unemployment on Thursday, and then core retails or retail sales on Friday. So there's some news this week. Let's just kind of go over like what price has been doing. If we check ES. Oops. All right. There we go. All right, so if you look at ES, bro, I mean, like literally, I mean, we're again higher highs, higher lows. We're clearly trending higher. It's just you have to be careful of like, okay, like you need to pick your spots correctly. If you're always choosing to buy at like the highs, bro, you're 97% you're gonna get swept out, right? So right now we're in a good spot to where we can go into this open looking for a long, because again, like where are we? We're at last week's start of the VWAP. We have a clear higher low here. And if buyers want to step in, this will be a great spot for them to step into. Now, the only thing I want to be concerned about is this level up here at 59.26. And where did we get this level from? Well, this is a level that we got all the way back from this higher high back in October on the 17th or around that time, around that date. So that's just a level that tells us, okay, that's a previous level that sellers stepped in. So we would just want to be a little wary about that. But again, that's like a good 20 points above us right now. So like if we go for 10 points and then front run that and then we get out of our trade before that, then that's awesome. How do you get anchored view up on TradingView? So basically, bro, what you do is you come all over to the left column. You're gonna kind of go where you can put the long and short positions, and then click on this arrow right here so that you can see the full menu. And then you have the anchored view up right here. And then also what I like to do is I like to have a star, so that way I can have it right here on my favorites. And in order for you to equip this, what you're gonna need to do is come down here, press the star, just like that. You turn it on, it comes up. You turn it off, it goes away, right? But I have my, like, my favorites toolbar right here. So if I want to anchor a VWAP, just click on it and then put an anchor point. Let's say I want to anchor from there. Bada bing, bada boom. It's anchored, right? But that's pretty much what I'm looking at today, right? We're at a great spot to get in long. If you were to take a long down here at 5 in the morning, you'd be up right now. You'd be trading from level to level from the start of week VWAP of last week to the current daily VWAP, right? We're kind of pinching in between these two VWAPs. But again, we can see some nice continuation to the upside. It's just tough because all pre-market prices not been able to kind of like really break above the daily. But again, just because we were a bearish pre-market doesn't mean today's a bearish day. Remember, it's like the context in mind, right? We've been making higher highs, higher lows. This looks like a really good higher low. Disregarding that, yeah, we have the daily and we have this level up here, right? We just need to be cautious. We understand, okay, like this can work against us. If we cannot get above the daily and you're in a long, just cut it. If you cannot get above this price level here, take your money or go. If you, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't ignore what can play as resistance if we decide to kind of like go into these longs. Um, but yeah, man, I mean, that's the hourly chart. I mean, looking at the 15-minute as well, we just see it a little bit more in depth. Tried a couple trades last night, did not work out. Freaking screwed up on this one, did not take profit. And then, you know, obviously from here, we just could not hold this level. We broke below it. And I can't be mad. The only thing I could really be mad about is how I like traded last night was the fact that I didn't freaking take profit when we were legit 3 points away from my TP. Like that was just like stupid, right? But we live and learn. It's all good. But I really like how price is holding here. And it's a really clear higher low right here. So this is a great area to get in long. But like I said, the two things that are working against us currently is this daily anchored view up here and the key level we have up here at 59.26. All right. Those are the only things I'm looking out for. Are you guys looking for anything? Let me know. But let's see how this open shakes out because it's going to be a pretty interesting price action day. Pretty interesting price action day. But those are my thoughts going into this morning. I just want to be a lot better at like selecting my spots, you know, so that way when an opportunity does come, I can actually take advantage of it. But let's go ahead and let's log into our top one. We'll have financial juice over here. I kind of want to like have, I wish like financial juice had like sound indicators, but I don't know if they do. Delayed voice news. Yeah, that's crazy. All right. All right. So we're just gonna start off with this, and I don't want to copy trade the accounts. Like I said, we're gonna just work for a payout. These are like my old settings. Uh, why is this there? That has legit never been there. Did I click on something? I'm confused. I don't know what this is right here. Yeah, why is this sidebar there? These are like very old settings that I had. So there we go. And then we're gonna turn off the copy trading because we're not doing that. All right, and now we're all set. So it's 9:30. We have the opening bell right now. So let's see what price wants to do. Let's erase the 20 EMA. I don't. It's been a while. So we have anchor VWAP just for like visual purposes here. So we have a gap, huge gap, right? So we can want to fill that gap, you know, and it'll make a lot of sense if we do want to fill that gap. Right, we have the open right now. We have the previous ascending arc above us as well, which can be a little tough. If we look at NQ as well, NQ the same thing, pretty much the same exact analysis that we had, except NQ is already above its daily VWAP, and the longs on NQ may look a little better. They may look a little better. If we can come and get a nice push and then retest, we can take that long. A very clear, nice high or low. We swept these lows right here, and now we may be ready to push higher on NQ. So it's looking like a pretty cool morning. But we could also just like reject this the daily as well. Like I said, on both assets, I mean, we have just been below the daily, but if you look at the higher context, it looks like price is making a higher low in order to push higher. But we have to just be reactionary and not be so focused on predicting, oh, price is definitely going to do this. I think it may be better for us to just wait out the 15-minute opening range, because if we just are patient and wait out the 15-minute opening range, then, you know, that'll kind of be a little bit more clear for us once we break out of a side, or it looks like we, you know, we have a little bit more information, because right now we have no information whatsoever. We're still within the first 2-minute candle. Oh, wait, no, we're not. We're in the second 2-minute candle now. Sorry. But yeah, we just gotta wait for some more information, man. This would not be a terrible spot to get in long, honestly, if I'm being real, just because, like, again, if we're looking at overnight, I mean, just look at this nice higher low being set. Like, this is like some beautiful structure to get in long, right? And essentially, like, what would your long criteria be here? Well, I mean, this would be a daily VWAP breakout. Like, it'd be a breakout of the daily VWAP, you know? And then you can even target like these on NQ. You could target these level up here. You could target this high, right? You have a couple targets above you that'll work in our favor, and plus we have the gap, right? We're gapped down. You may want to fill that gap for the stocks. Again, we just need to wait a little bit more information. Apple's opening bearish, Tesla's opening bearish, and well, Nvidia's opening sideways. Still gotta wait. We still gotta wait for some more information though. Not enough information for us. ES and NQ are looking the exact same way. Both assets were able to kind of get above their daily VWAP. But it's going to be interesting here because on ES, we do have this level that can turn into resistance. We could see some sellers come in here at 59.26 that we would need to be careful of right there, if we in fact do get some sellers stepping in right there. And you see it right now. We see sellers stepping in at this level right here. You see that? Look at that wick. Now we still have like another minute on this 2-minute candle left, but like I said, these are just things like you need to be cautious about, right? If you're taking the breakout play right here of the daily VWAP, you need to take profit here. I mean, if you're not taking profit here, you're fumbling the bag hard. Should not be holding on to this trade, at least in my opinion, right? Because again, we look back in October, we saw that, okay, this was a significant level that sellers stepped in strongly, right? And so we can pretty much expect the same thing. And that's the reaction we're kind of seeing right now is sellers stepping in. So maybe we want to come back down a little lower, bounce off the daily. If the daily is being respected, then maybe you can get in long and then see if we develop the strength to break through here. Or we could just hop around here for a little bit and then see what happens, right? So see what price action does, man. Not gonna rush in anything. Is anyone flat? Did anyone take a trade? Do 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 do. Wow, look at that. Okay, we're ripping above it. We're ripping above it. Okay. All right. All right. So we have the previous New York above us. 15-minute opening range is going to be set in about 9 minutes. Now 8 minutes. Let's check out NQ. See how it's looking. Oh yeah, NQ's ripping, man. Yeah, you could have definitely taken a breakout play here on NQ. The breakout play looks so good on NQ. So good. Like, let's just say here, let's just mark this up. Because this is a good market. I mean, just take that breakout play, stop right here, pretty tight, going for 1R. Literally going for 1R, you'd front run that. You'd be up already like halfway, 0.5R right now on NQ. If you were to have taken this breakout play on ES, it's just a bit more tight. If you were to take it on ES, I mean, waiting for this candle closure, you would not get that full 1R. You know, the risk reward just doesn't make sense on ES. So you know, it's a tough trade to take on ES. Everything opened up like gapped down though. The VIX is up 9.51%. So that's like good for the longs. Getting a bit more clarity on stocks. Not really. Not really. Nvidia is pushing higher, trying to fill its gap. Tesla just seems a bit confused right now still. And Apple is just well, we got a nice push down, so let's see if it was to fill its gap later on. But right now we're pushing higher. I think what's driving us higher is definitely Nvidia, man. Nvidia is definitely the factor that's driving us higher right now. Gold's pretty interesting. Let's look at the SPY. SPY's opening up nice and bullish. QQQ, same thing. And then on NQ, you're almost hitting your 1R. Like you're almost out of the trade. Just a few more pushes. You'd get that 1R easily. ES pushing above its level, which is really good for the longs. Go ahead and anchor the New York VWAP on TradingView. There we go. This trade looks really nice on NQ, bro. You're literally another 20-ish points away from TP, 25 points away from TP. Looking good, looking good. We got 10 points away, now 17. Yeah, this opening trade on NQ was really nice. This was like one of yeah, this is like a really clear, and then boom, you're out. You would have you would have made money. Honestly, if I wanted to trade in the open, um, yeah, that would have been an easy trade. This is a really easy trade because again, like we're talking about the higher context of like if you look at the 1 hour, we can see the picture that's being painted. We can clearly see that okay, this was the higher low. We swept this low right here, had a nice higher low around the key level, the start of week of VWAP from last week, pushing higher, nice higher low. You're seeing that buyers are stepping in. Boom, it breaks out above the daily VWAP. All right, sweet. Now let's take that breakout play. If it falls right back below it, you can cut the trade early. But we stayed above it, and now we're pushing to interact with this key level up here at 21,339. Bro, not a bad breakout play on NQ, honestly. Not a bad play. I wonder how many people took that trade because that was a pretty clean trade. Pretty clean trade, man. Pretty clean. I'm gonna go ahead and just like save this so that way I just have it in my journal again. Anyone take a trade anyone in anything? All right, guys, so we're getting the pullback. Maybe if we get a nice pullback back to the daily or even New York VWAP, could be a good spot to get in long. Could be a very good spot to get in long. Honestly, this long may be even look better on ES. Hopefully, we actually do pull back and it doesn't just continue higher. We have the opening range being set in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, the opening range will be set. Come on. Come on, sellers. Just step in a little bit. Pull price down to here. Man, that'd be such a nice trade right there. Such a clean trade. Damn, are we going to get it, man? If we don't get it, that sucks. But let's see. Let's see if NQ can maybe reject its level up here. And then that rejection will give us the fuel we need to kind of like get that nice pullback to push back lower. If we're just going to be drifting higher today, that'll be pretty insane. Pretty insane. The opening range is literally going to set fairly soon here. In 1 minute, we're going to have a set opening range. In 1 minute. Well, I mean, the first 15 minutes shook out nicely for the Bulls. If you took that opening breakout, I mean, on NQ it looks a lot better than it did on ES. But I mean, hey, if you took it on both assets, I mean, it paid. You're probably done for the day already. Within the first like 10 minutes of the or 15 minutes of market open, you're already done. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. We just need a pullback, man. It's just been drifting for the last 15 minutes, which is crazy. Opening range is already set. So it's already set. Let's get a nice pullback. The long on ES looks a bit better just because we're gonna have that like the two levels added up. QQQ looks good. SPY looks good. Just need a pullback, bro. That's all we need. Just a pullback. When are we gonna get it? I don't know. Hopefully before we break out and run. What's my phone? What's my pocket? I need to start tweeting whenever I go live. Just be like, hey, I'm live. Come watch your boy. I always forget to like tweet. All right, bro, we're gonna put on like $250 worth of risk per trade. If we get a nice pullback, then we'll go ahead and get in off the New York VWAP, and then if this level holds right here, hopefully we can get a pullback. Hopefully it doesn't just like keep on drifting higher. Because I remember I think last Monday it literally just like drifted higher, and we were flat. So hopefully price action gives us an opportunity to get in, because I really like the longs. The longs look nice. Yeah, that 15-minute candle looks absolutely insane. No wicks at the bottom, just straight buying power, bro. Jeez, come on, let's get some type of pullback. Please don't just drift higher today. Do not just drift higher today. Okay, NQ is rejecting this level, so hopefully this could like literally bring price lower and then give us a nice opportunity to kind of get in. This could give us a really nice opportunity to get in if it was to continue lower. Who knows if it does? Shit, ES is popping higher. ES is breaking out of his opening range. What the hell? What the helly? Damn it, dude. Are we not going to get a pullback? Yeah, bro. This is the craziest open I've seen in a little bit. Because I know the New York sessions have been pretty uneventful. Damn, dude. Look at that, dude. Just part of me kind of wishes I did take that opening breakout play. Like, why wasn't I? Why was I wanting to wait for the 15-minute opening range when, I mean, the setup was presenting? The setup was like literally right there. So, but another one will come. That's the thing. We miss a trade, another one will always come. Yeah, today was like one of those days, so it would have been absolutely perfect taking a trade before the 15-minute range. The context was all there. Looking at the 1 hour, I mean, beautiful higher low, bro. This is such an insane higher low, especially off of a key level too, man. That is insane. Nothing but buyers as we're taking the daily. Looks really good for the longs. Really, really, really good. The longs paid today, bro. The longs paid today. I'm gonna check Twitter to see if anyone caught that long. Cause I mean, shit, dude, you'd be done, man. That's yep. Look at that. All accounts green, locking out, observing closely on how the market digests the Moody's downgrade. Could be an interesting morning. All right, so we could be rejecting the previous day's New York view up here on ES. And I'm pretty sure NQ is at the same spot. Let me see. Yeah, NQ as well as that is previous day's New York VWAP. Dude, I swear, dude, if we just are sorry, if we're just drifting higher all day today, bro. Damn, bro, just give me a pullback, bro. Just give me a pullback, man. Just give me something that we could just take, you know? That was a crazy higher low that price set up. I can't believe I didn't take that opening trade, honestly. Really can't believe I didn't take that. And I knew too. I was like, dude, this is so good. It just makes sense. It made a lot of sense. Are we gonna see price reject the previous day's New York? Could want to chop around here for a little bit and then come down lower. Damn, bro, we just see nothing but buyers stepping in on time of sales right now. Just straight buyers, bro. Straight buyers. Let's see if we can filter this a little bit. Yeah, it's just nothing but buyers. Whew. Yeah, man. I mean, buyers are definitely here. Damn, feels like I missed the spot, man. But another trade will come. We just have to be patient, sit back, wait on our hands, relax. Hell, bro, might just, put on some Netflix or something. I don't know. Earlier, I got into 2 trades, was up to 60, and notice I was on the damn practice. No shot. Just took that trade up right now, but on NQ, I'm up 400 from the past. Hey, nice, bro. Nice, nice, nice. That's a good trade. Dude, I was literally debating taking that trade, bro. I wanted, like, it looked so nice, but I don't know. I thought it would be a good idea to wait till the 15-minute opening range is set. But I'm kind of like, at least for me, like, this is for me, right? Like, one thing I'm like really trying to put a main focus on is like not particularly like I for me personally, time is irrelevant, or it's not irrelevant, but it's okay, where are we currently at with price? And then time comes after that. Not okay, time first and then the location of price. Like, and what I mean by that, like, is if we look at the 1 hour chart. I mean, bro, like I was saying earlier, a perfect higher low off of a very valuable level. We can definitely expect buyers to step in, and they are currently stepping in. Right? We see buyers stepping in for a while now, right? And so that could be justification to take that breakout play. If we look at NQ, I mean the same exact thing on NQ. A nice clear higher low, and then we push higher. Right? So that could be, why not take an opening trade? Who cares if the open is very volatile? Like, if we're looking at the bigger picture, as long as our stop is placed properly, right? We should be okay and we should be good, you know? Um, so today, did I mess up by trying to wait for that 15-minute opening range to play out? Maybe. Because like my trade is okay, spot where these higher lows are being formed. And then after it's like an actual confirmed higher low, then you can like get in. But didn't get in. Uh, got stopped out, had a tight stop. Yeah, I used a standard dev on VWAP. Took it when it hit the standard deviation. Okay, okay. Yeah, man, dude. I mean, that was a good trade. That was definitely a good trade. So, are you done for the day, bro? Since you're already up, because you said you're up 400. I'd be done, bro. I'd be done, bro. That's a nice way to get up. Like, 'cause that you can't ask for a better trade than that. Clear higher low and higher time frame. Breakout. Boom. You're chilling. Yeah, nice, man. Nice. That's what's up. Yeah, that's good. Glad you were able to make your bread, bro. Great start to a Monday, man. And dude, that's a great start to a week too, because like, it's one thing to like be up green, but like, damn, that trade really wasn't that great. Like it'd be hard. Like if I repeatedly did that, would it work for the most part? But that was a really good trade they took. So like that's something you can like be really proud of and be like, yo, we have a great start of the week, great Monday. Let's go. You're up on the practice count? Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. Dude, I still have my top step. I mean my top one practice count as well. I don't even like really trade off of it, to be honest. But all right, will we be getting a pullback? Will we be getting a pullback? Now, if we do get a pullback, what's going to be working against us? Well, we have the previous New York above us that we just rejected. If we do decide to get a pullback, When do you usually trade your practice count? Like, do you like you make your money on your regular accounts, and then you're like, all right, just so I don't have any FOMO, just so I don't like I don't have any like fear or missing a trade or doing this, not there, or like scratching the itch to trade. Do you trade on your practice count like after? Because normally what I do is like, okay, if I take my trade and I'm up for the day, or if I'm done, let's say I'm done for the day, then like what I'll do is I'll just like kind of like mark up trades on my chart, to like just like point out some like trade ideas. And we're moving higher. We're moving, we're just all right, we're just drifting higher, bro. We're just drifting higher. Oh my gosh, bro. The FOMO is real, man. The FOMO for me personally is just real right now. On NQ, buyers stepped in to defend that level right there at 21,340. Whew, and now we're pushing higher. Damn, 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 bro. Look at that. Um, I use it for trades I'm not sure on. Okay, and use it to see if I was right or wrong. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, that's pretty cool. Honestly, I might as well just start doing the same thing as well. Just so like stream may be more entertaining. Obviously, I'd be transparent and be like, "Yo, this is a practice account," But would it be a bad idea for me to do on stream? Wish I kept my runner going. I mean, hey, dude, you're not gonna catch the full move all the time. You had a great trade. You took out profit where you took profit, and you just gotta be happy with that trade, bro. You're up $400, bro. There's people who don't even make $200 in one day, and for you to make that literally in like 10 minutes, $400, 10 minutes is insane. You made $200 in 2 minutes. I mean, in 5 minutes. So just take what you can get, bro. It's not our job to catch the entire move. It's not our job to catch the entire move. But yeah, I mean, that would have been a really good runner. That definitely would have been a really good runner. And then maybe like you can also like just like try to see my goal is $200 a day. I locked out for the day. Oh, nice, dude. That's sick. Yeah, you're chilling, bro. You're up big, dude. Huge, big W day. But like low key, like, cause like, dude, again, like I said, I like to select my spots. Like I'm finding more importance that okay, like your trade location is the most important thing over the time of day, over anything, right? In my opinion. And it's like, dude, if we have just made a higher low in the higher time frame, and it is clearly a higher low, and we're in this trade, and the trade worked out perfectly for us. I mean, like, look, if you were to take a trade, dude, you're just like one, two, three, like that's look how many green candles that is, right? Or white or bullish candles it is, right? In these types of situations, you can be like, okay, maybe let me just hold my trade a little bit longer. Like we can trail it up aggressively, yeah, to try to get as close to 1 hour as possible. We can kind of like trail with it, maybe take some positions off here, and then, you know what I'm saying? You can definitely do that. Yeah, man, this thing is moving higher, bro. Damn, it's just moving higher, bro. Yeah, my on this 50K account that I'm trading, I'm gonna be putting 250 worth of risk on top one. So let's see what we can do. Dude, I honestly don't think we're gonna get a pullback, at least for the next 30 to 40 minutes, bro. This thing just keeps going higher and higher, bro, which is, hey, man, it is what it is, bro. Like, goddamn, it is what it is. Well, hey, if you're up green on the day, that's awesome, bro. We're just drifting like we did last Monday. And I honestly, I should have been in that trade. The trade location was way too good for me to be like, oh no, let me wait for the 15-minute range to set. You know, it is what it is, but it's easier said than done in hindsight, right? I'm only saying that right now because I mean we clearly see like the aftermath of everything, or like kind of, oh my gosh, bro, we're just pushing, dude. It's a lot easier for me to say, oh damn, I should have took this trade because we know it worked out very well. But in the moment, you know, it's a little easier said than done after the fact, after you see the outcome of the trade. But still, it was a great trade. I mean, if I'm looking at, like I said, again, I'm just going to keep repeating this, dude, on both ES and NQ, bro. Beautiful higher low right here. You can clearly see buyers step in and they stay in control because we see these nice wicks at the bottom of the 15-minute chart. We're around a key level. This is the startup week anchor VWAP from last week. And then we're pushing higher from here. On ES, same exact thing. Start a week VWAP from last week. We make a nice higher low. And we can clearly see buyers are stepping in. And then we can take the breakout of the daily VWAP. On NQ, break out the daily VWAP. Easy, right? On NQ is a bit more easier just because we have a bit more space between the daily VWAP and this level up here. On ES, it's like you're really close to this level, so you kind of have to like pray that buyers are strong enough to break the 59.26, but they do, right? But again, like in the moment, it's easier said than, like I said, it's easier said than done. In the moment, it's a lot scarier to trade into that level, but I mean, shit, bro. It just runs. It just runs, brother. This 15-minute looks crazy. Just straight up. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 of ours since the open. So since 9:15. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. So close to taking out yesterday's high on both assets. It will pull back, probably go to a low of day. You think so? I don't think so. That wouldn't make sense for it to go to low of day. I mean, just because, well, I mean, yeah, I just don't see that, bro. You're saying it's gonna go all the way down here? It's not what the trend, or that's not what higher time frame's kind of telling us, though. Higher time frame's telling us that, hey, this is the higher low, and we're ready to move higher. I think it's gonna make a new high day, and we're just gonna push higher. We could get a pullback back to the, maybe the daily or New York VWAP, but after that, I mean, I don't think. It'd be hard. It's hard for me to see that price is gonna want to just come lower, because I mean we made a higher low here. Just definitely high low, even on NQ. Like if you look at NQ and NQ likes to sweep lows, right? So it's like, okay, you have to see we swept this low, but look where buyers stepped in on NQ at a very nice key level. The start of week anchored VWAP from last week. It looks like a really nice higher low, and now we're pushing towards higher day. Looks like we can just get a nice higher high, and then maybe continue this trend higher. It's going to be a little tough getting through this area right here because we can clearly see that sellers stepped in around this area right here, right here, right here. Okay. And if we look at SPY as well, or the ES, sellers stepped in up here. So it just may be a little challenging to get above that area, but I definitely think we can do it. I mean, we clearly have the juice to do so. We're seeing buyers just like, bro, we're drifting, bro. No sellers are present. There are no sellers right now. Straight buyers. Last night, there were no buyers, and now there's no sellers. It's like that V shape. It's crazy, bro. But who knows? I don't know what price is going to do. You don't know what price is going to do. Joe Biden doesn't know what price is going to do. Trump's not, doesn't know what price is going to do. So who knows? It could actually go low day, and I could be totally wrong. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see. Yesterday's previous day's point of control was way up at 59.27, filling in the big gap from overnight. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to use any of that ICT stuff though. I just like to look at price action. And I know that is what makes the most sense for most people. But for me, I mean, just zooming out and looking at the higher time frame, that makes the most sense for me. Okay, what has price been doing? We're making higher highs, higher lows. We're pushing higher. Okay, I want to go in long. Where do I want to go in long? Well, I want to go in long after we've clearly made a higher low. Oh, what's that? We made a higher low at a nice key level. Sweet. Let me go and get in long. Is that, it's just that simple for me. I don't need to know, oh, these liquidity sweep here, this, that, and the third, right? I feel like we're all looking at the same thing, just calling it different things and having, different things on our chart to allow our brain to kind of like process this information better, right? My brain processes this information best when I have just levels and VWAP on my chart. I don't like anything else. Just pure price levels. Mark off significant higher highs, higher lows, and then that's it. That's what I trade. This what's been working for me. But I do understand that previous day's point of control because essentially that's where a lot of liquidity is resting, and it's going to want to like kind of like fill that. So that does make sense. I use it all: fair value gap, VWAP, volume profiles, moving averages. Oh yes, they all work. It's money management and controlling my demons. Yeah, for real, that's all it comes down to, bro. That's all it comes down to. If that gives you the most amount of confidence and confluence to put risk on the market, that's dope. If someone has no indicators on their chart and they just look at a naked chart and that gives them the most confidence and confluence, that's dope. It's kind of cool how like everyone can like literally take almost the same trade while using different things. That in and of itself should tell you like, bro, strategy is not the most important thing. It's all about how you manage your trades and how consistent you can be. If you're consistently getting in like similar spots in similar areas, then I think that's where you can find like a lot of success. But if you're constantly like switching things up, oh, I'm gonna get in here, but yeah, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, hold on, give me 1 second. But yeah, but it's all the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the same stuff. But all right, since price is just being boring as hell and my dog is going crazy, my dog's just going crazy right now. Maybe we'll get a pullback. We'll see. Check in queue. Here, we'll just like set alerts because we'll be notified. So set a price alert for NQ. And then we'll just also set one for ES. There we go. All right, man. But now, bro, I'm gonna highlight some books, bro. This book has been absolutely crazy. I'm on just finished chapter 3. We're now on chapter 4. I mean, this book's kind of insane. Yeah, we're on chapter 4 right now. It's how to retire on dividends. It's teaching you how to earn 8% of dividends on a yearly basis, which is pretty nice. We got this book. And we also have another package that we're about to open up right now. All right. Oh boy, this book is a lot bigger. Just throw that box over there. And this book is The Intelligent Investor. So these are the 2 books that I will be finishing. I'm first going to finish this book. And then I'm going to finish this book. And I'm going to get to work on my long-term portfolios, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm excited to read these books, bro. That's the only time I'll ever read is if it's about like investing or trading. I'm not gonna read no books, fairy tale books or shit. I want to listen to fairy tale books or listen to stories. I'll just watch a movie. Like I don't want to read Harry Potter. I'm gonna watch it. Damn, bro. Pretty uneventful price action though. All right, I may need to get my charger because my laptop's about to die, so I'll be right back making my charger. Damn, bro. Look, I mean, dude, just look at this straight line up, man. Look at this straight line up, bro. Hopefully, people are able to take a trade. If not, I mean, it is what it is. Congrats on your first week recording live. Any big surprises you found out about it, or did it all go easy? I mean, no, it's trading live is pretty easy. I mean, I kind of like it just because, like, if I do some stupid stuff, I mean, I have people watching me do it live, so you guys can like call me out on it. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have performance anxiety just because I'm very transparent. I mean, I've never gotten a payout before. I'm still like within my first 2 years of trading. So it's like, why do I have to like pretend that I'm a Lambo bro making a bunch of money when I'm really not? Like I'm not. I haven't made a single dime from trading yet. So, you know. So it's not as yeah, it's the ultimate journal, man. And it's also cool because I get to like talk to you and like other people who come in my chat. And then if, let's say like a person comes and he becomes like a frequent viewer, well then like I'd learn more about his trading. So, we could just like help each other out. Be like, hey, you just said this, but you're doing the opposite of what you just said. Or, my tilt, like if I ever go on tilt, it's on display. So like again, like my chat can call me out, but I don't get nervous, honestly, if I lose or win. Like I'm just gonna take my trade, just make my decisions, and then yeah, I mean, you know. But no, it's been pretty fun. I'd say the only difficult thing is keeping it entertaining because I mean trading itself is boring. Like just sitting here looking at the charts is kind of boring. Like I can only like say so much because it's not like I have Fibonacci's or any of this. Like I'm not like always looking at like fair value gaps. Is not the third, like So it's like I don't know. It's the most challenging thing is making sure that the stream stays entertaining so people have a reason to watch. But other than that, I mean, it's chill. I like it. I love it, honestly. I do want to start having like buddies on stream, maybe some guests, and just trade with them, talk trading, talk about our experiences as traders, how long they've been trading for, like what has helped them as a trader or what worked out for them or what was the point. If they are making money, then what was the turning point for them? If they're not, then why do I think they're not? Like for me personally, like I think it's been really like for me personally, it's been hard understanding like okay, like why certain things happen. So like if we bounce off of VWAP, okay, why? You know? or if we rip back below VWAP when buyers were in, but now all of a sudden the sellers are stepping in. Okay, like why? You know? And one thing that's really kind of like flipped the switch for me, dude, was using the higher time frame and really learning how the higher time frame works, right? Because dude, before literally, I would legit just look at the 2 minute or even the 1 minute and just kind of like use that. I would like try to use the higher time frame, but honestly, I did not know what the hell I was doing or how it could even be useful. But obviously the more I practiced, the more I got better. And now it's like, okay, I know that I like to use a higher time frame to tell me what price has been doing, but also to tell me are where should I look for setups? Okay. What are some good spots for me to look for some setups? And we can clearly see that, okay, we have a nice higher low here, nice higher low. Like my trades work where I basically where I can clearly see that, hey, we have a higher low, right? And it's a lot easier said than done right now in hindsight. But I mean, this was a good spot to get in. This would be a good spot to get in. This is a good spot to get in, right? So I'm noticing that there's a kind of like a pattern on the higher time frames. Like, okay, whenever we're around the weekly VWAP, bro, it's been looking pretty good. You know, it's been looking pretty good. The red line is the start of week VWAP. So it's anchored to the start of last week. And then at the end of the day today, I'll move this VWAP and anchor it to the start of this week. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the red line is. And then it's even better because we can even see like, okay, these price levels in my chart, it just gives me it gives me some context and tells me where I can expect buyers and sellers to really step in, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I mean that like using the higher time frame has definitely been like kind of like the clicking point for me. And well, I mean, like I said, I've never gotten a payout, but what? It is logged me out of TradeZilla. What the hell? But if we look at my trading view and then we look at the month of April, I mean, dude, the month of April was an amazing month for me, bro. Especially this week right here. This made my entire month. This 1 week right here made my entire month, brother. You know? And I believe I passed like 2 combines. I passed one on the 25th and another on the 30th, and then boom, six funded accounts, 2 with Top Step, 4 with Top One. Of course, I only have 3 that are active, and then I have 1 on the back end because you only have 3 total funded accounts with Top One. But this month, you know, hasn't been as rewarding, and it's honestly because I don't think my like if I'm being honest with myself, and I'll love to like review and make, you know, like kind of just like go over a review of this, but I don't think my trade selections were as good this month compared to last month. I think I was a lot better of being more selective and being more picky last month. And this month, I feel like a little bit of desperation crept in maybe. Um, and my performance this month has just not been as good. But again, I mean, we can see the last month I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red days, and then the rest of green days, right? And then this month I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red days. So listen, I still have potential to have an amazing month. Like we're only halfway through the month. I still have a lot of days to turn this month around and to have some seriously nice green. So it's all good, brother. It's all good. Just got to be better at my trade selections, trade as well as I was trading last month, and that's that. To be honest, and that's pretty much that. Yeah, that's great. April was choppy too. Oh yeah, dude, April was choppy, bro. Which is also why like that choppiness kind of helped me be more selective, you know? Because I was like, damn, bro, like this shit's just choppy. But again, like I was able to identify on the higher time frame, okay, where are the spots I want to be in at? I identified where support was, I identified where resistance was, and dude, I was literally just like buying at the lows. It was like effortless, bro. It was almost boring, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's almost more fun to lose. And I'm pretty sure like there's a study on that in terms of like they like took like gambling or gamblers, right? You have more of a thrill and more of like that kind of like dopamine when you're losing big. Like I feel like your dope like and I'm we're gonna look it up, but I think your dopamine spikes are a lot higher when you lose big compared to like if you just like win, which is weird. And I don't know where I was going with that. But the fact is that I feel like deep down inside, if you lose control of yourself, like naturally, I feel like you're going to, I don't know, it's just that high of like, oh damn, like let me win, and then you just lose everything. And you know what I'm saying? It's like sick. It's sick. Pulling back some probably drop now. Yeah. So here, let's go back in the charts. Let's see. The top one right here. We're getting a nice pullback. Let's see if we can hold. So if we're looking at trading view, my friends, on the SPY on ES, we're pulling back down to the previous day's New York, and we have pretty nice alignment with the previous day's New York and also the current New York sessions VWAP. But again, we could just see price rip below these and just come all the way down to daily. The last level of support that we have is down here. It'd be kind of like sus to take any longs below this point unless you're here, right? You don't want to take any longs through here. Like these are kind of like the spots you kind of want to take longs. So, and then if we look at NQ, let's check NQ. NQ looks pretty nice too, pulling back to the previous days in New York. Let's see if we see some buyers in here. But let's see if buyers step in here. I mean, dude, this long will look really nice on NQ. Because look, anywhere around this area right here on NQ, bro, is golden, bro. You have this nice level right here. New York, previous as New York, pretty nice. Except it's hard right now to take the trade because we don't have any structure to put our stop. It's like, where do you put your stop? You know, I feel like it's just kind of a guessing game rather than us just letting price to kind of develop its structure. Boom, clear. All right, now we're kind of going higher, right? Now you know, okay, we have structure to put our stop right here. If we get in, it's just it's tough because I just don't see any clear structure to get in. But you know, if the opportunity presents, I mean, bro, like just take it, you know, and may just need to accept that we don't have the clear structure, which is, you know, which is okay. But buyers are stepping in here. Our buyers so strong that we just kind of go. I definitely take this trade on NQ though. Is anyone about to take this trade? I want to see what price does around these levels. I'm going to be a little bit patient. Just got to be patient. Just got to be patient. Let's see if we want to pull back a little more. We may want to pull back a bit more. The trade idea would be like something like this. How many accounts do you have, Orange? Like, do you have a do you have just combines, or do you have a couple funded accounts or one fund account? Because I know you said you're up on one of your accounts, or is that across like all your accounts? Like, because you said you're up four. Is that on combines or funded? Only one combine blew my cash account last week. It's all good, brother. It happens, you know? How long you been trading for? Hey, it's all good, man. Dude, that was me. I blew off. So I had two funded accounts back in February. I blew them and then just started racking up a bunch. And now guess what? I have like five. I had six, but last week I blew my Top Step XFA. Um, Made a bit of a mistake, took a little bit of a much bigger loss than we needed because I was in literally deep sea fishing. I thought it was a good idea to put on a trade, and I lost signal for a second. So it's all good. It happens. But you know, still have five more chances to make some money. But I like how buyers are stepping in. You see how like we're kind of like consolidating. I'm starting to move sideways. It's telling me, okay, like buyers are starting to step in. It's a good sign. Only since Thanksgiving was the third past combine, no payouts yet. Yeah, you and I are in the same boat, brother. February, I passed like my second combine ever. Got my second funded account, lost them both. And then recently, it's just been so easy for me to get funded accounts now. So I'm telling you, dude, you're almost there, brother. You're almost there, my guy. Just keep pushing, dog. Just keep pushing. But how long have you been trading for though? Because I'll be approaching 2 years in August. But honestly, the first year, bro, I was not like I just didn't know what the hell I was doing, to be honest. Like and I wouldn't say I was doing it consistently because I was very busy with like other things as well. But I would do it on my free time. But year one was just strictly learning, and then year two was like, okay, like I kind of know a little bit more than I did last year, but I'm still in that little learning stage. Right. So if I do take a trade, guys, it'd be something like this. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump in. All right, and that's fine. All right, so we're in on a trade. We're basically taking the trade on NQ, and it's that bounce off the previous days in New York. We could be definitely very early. But I kind of like how price is like consolidating, and it looks like price wants to push. Today is just one of those days to where buyers have just been like so strong to where this may be we can't be really too picky on the pullbacks. I do have a kind of tightish stop, but we're at a key level, so looks good. Like it's kind of tough because we just don't have any like structure, bro. Like I could probably make the stop deeper, but at that point it's like where like um how do you know like how deep it wants to pull back, you know? And if we break past this low, it's just like I don't know. But we're long off the 50K account. So let's see. Maybe a month before Thanksgiving. Oh, I already read that, sorry. Oh, wait, okay. So you said only since Thanksgiving was the third fresh combine, no payouts yet. Maybe a month before Thanksgiving. I didn't know nothing. Still don't really. I got you. Okay, so you're very, very new to trading. I got you, man. Yeah, man, dude, your first year, listen, it's gonna be a pain. You're gonna it's gonna be like a roller coaster. You're gonna feel like, oh man, I have this thing figured out, and then you're gonna find out that you don't. And then you're gonna feel a little hopeless, and then you're gonna be like, oh no, we're good, we're good. It's just gonna be a huge roller coaster of ups and downs. But the main thing is like the hardest thing and the main thing you should try focusing on from one beginner to another is like detaching like your emotions from trading. And what I mean by this is like you can't be afraid to take a losing trade. You can't be afraid to lose a funded account. You can't be afraid to, I don't know. You just can't be afraid, you know. You have to kind of like eliminate fear out of the equation. You have to try to eliminate fear from the equation. So let me on trading view. I gotta do this. Our entry price was 21,408 in the third. Our stop is at 37 and a half. 37. Why can't I put in the proper stop? There we go. All right. And then 1R would literally be 37 points. That's what we need. So up here at 21,446. This would be 1R, but again, if we rip through it, then I mean, why wouldn't we take more? Hopefully we can get this continuation to the upside though. Yeah, I'm in the learning stage, no expectations except good lessons for sure. Definitely. Yeah, and I feel like yeah, once you like accept that fact, because I'm not gonna lie, bro, it kind of did take me a while to truly like accept that fact, but all right, brother, but let's push. Let's push. We are about almost not quite halfway, pushing a little higher. We're gonna go risk free on this trade. So I mean, I don't want it to come back down on me. We could always just get back in if we do get tapped out. But like I said, I do want to be a bit cautious. Let's see if price is actually gonna want to get us that 1R. Oof. Damn, are we gonna want to pull back deeper? Maybe. If we lose this trade, then I'm not gonna get back in until we actually kind of like really show us that hey, we're stepping in, buyers are in, right? Let's see. Let's see. Can buyers push us higher? We have a nice bounce off the previous engineering VWAP on both NQ and ES. We're almost to the halfway point. Buyers stepping in strongly here on the time of sales, which is pretty nice. Is it sustainable though? Can we make another leg higher? Can we break this high? You're through all the volume now. Easy ride up. You think so? I can't make too much on this. on this account. Like I think I can only make like $500 in a day. Because I have to be careful that 20. I have to be careful that consistency rule. It's like 20% consistency rule. We're almost at 1 hour though. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like get out 2 contracts around that 1 hour. And then I could just leave a runner in case it just wants to rip even higher. Legit just need like 15 more points. Dude, I don't want it to come back down to my entry, man. Come on, bro. I don't want it to come back down to my entry. All right, depending on how this candle closes, I'm gonna lock my stop. Yeah, like, dude, come on. Why are you coming back down to my entry, man? I'm risking around the trade, bro. If we get tapped out, that's fine. We may want to just make a deeper pullback. I just want to manage my risk, man. I don't want because I know, bro, we can make a deeper pullback. So I don't want to, yeah, and that's fine. It's all good, bro. You could kind of like sense the hesitation from it going. Yeah, because I had a really tight stop, bro. I mean, NQ could easily just like take this low, come back down to the daily. It's just hard. Like I said, it's tough because, dude, if I'm being honest with myself, I missed my opportunity in the morning, man. Like my perfect trade was the morning trade after the clear higher low was set. That was my trade. Now we're just kind of like, I don't know. It could really go either way. It's so funny how it just literally came right to my entry and then fucking pushing back up. If it actually does hit my TP, then that's just unlucky. Give yourself a great swing at a big hit. Yeah, no, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, look at that. Rejecting, right, coming right back down. We're at the higher day anchored VWAP. Initial balance, yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Initial balance is up here. But I would like to see us have a better pullback though, bro, because then like I don't know, because then this should just be one of those days to where price just is drifting higher. It's just hard. Like I like a much stronger pullback. Like this is not a good pullback. But again, this is why trade location is the most important thing for me because again, I'd rather be in long down here rather than all the way up here like I am right now. And I missed it. I missed my opportunity. And I have to kind of live with that. So I'm really trying to not let that kind of like tempt me into taking a trade to where like, dude, I really know that you know, we were going down the entire day, only the last 40 minutes we've been going to. Yeah, but what I'm saying is look at the entire look at the bigger picture, bro. For the last couple of weeks, bro, we've literally been making higher highs, higher lows. Last month, yeah, we had these like weeks of like consolidation, and then towards the end of the week, we popped, and then another pocket of consolidation. But for the most part, bro, it's been higher highs and higher lows, right? Longs are in. So just because pre-market we've been bearish, that doesn't mean anything. Because if we look at again, if we look at the 1 hour chart, all that bearish price action that we had pre-market is just us forming a higher low in order to continue higher. You know, same thing on ES. Bearish pre-market and overnight, all that was to form a higher low. Look at that. Look at what we've been doing for the last couple of days, even weeks. Just higher highs, higher lows. Just pushing higher, right? So just because we're bearish overnight does not mean we're going to be bearish in the New York Open. It does not mean that we're going to oh, we're bearish, you know, we should look for shorts only. Like, nah. I want to look for longs because for the past couple of days and weeks, longs have been the play. I mean, higher highs, higher lows, right? You just got to find your spots, right? Longs down here pay, right? Like longs down here, like after a higher low is formed, they pay, man. So that's personally why you know what I'm saying? So like if I'm looking at this like in hindsight, bro, like it's a lot easier obviously to be like, oh yeah, I could have took a long down here, right? But you just have to be like, okay, where are these higher lows being formed? Okay, they're formed like down at these like, kind of price levels or even at these like key VWAPs. This is the start of week VWAP from last week, right? So these are some pretty good longs. You know, and this is a like this paints a clear picture of like, okay, this is a nice higher low, right? And that's where ideally you'd want to get in long. Where everyone thinks, oh, short. Why short here? You gotta look at the bigger picture. This is not a nice higher low. Even on NQ, like we know, like NQ, it loves to sweep its lows, right? So even though that this higher low did not form, that's okay because I mean, again, price just wanted to pull back to the key VWAP, and then boom, nice higher low here. If you see buyers step in, you push higher and you get in that trade, right? But what I want to be long all the way up here, you gotta be a bit more skeptical, you know? It's all about the trade location, brother. Just subbed, bro. No, what you talking? All right, listen, bro. Thank you, bro, and I appreciate that. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never gotten a payout. I've never made a single dime from trading. You know, I'm literally in my second year. Well, no, I would have been trading for 2 years in August. So I'm still like new to the game. It's just I've had really good teachers and I've had really good mentors. And if you guys want to know who taught me how to trade, it's Austin Silva. And he has a nice coaching program. You can even watch him trade live through ASFX TV. Like, dude, like after like you're literally just watching him. I've been watching him for the last year, and he's literally accelerated my process tremendously. And we may want to take a long here just because I like how the New York is holding. But again, like you guys are gonna see the how I manage my trade up because like we're longing all the way up here. I'm a bit more skeptical. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why like I was so quick to lock my stop at break even orange is because okay on the 1 hour where are we? We're pretty high up. The better longs work down here, right? Since we're all the way up here, I want to be a bit more careful. I want to manage my risk a bit more carefully, right? Um, but I can still take the long. It's just the way I manage my trade, dude. It's just like, okay, I kind of want to manage my risk a bit better. Keep this trade tight because I know that we're pretty high up, and the better spot to get in long was kind of like more earlier on in the day. You know what I'm saying, bro? But this long looks like it could be pretty nice. I would want to give myself like a bit of a bigger stop, maybe to cover this structure if I do get in long. And I think I'd only need to get in like what, 2 contracts if I do. So let's see if we can get in long. Damn, we're gonna be in way too heavy if we get in another contract. We're gonna be in way too heavy. I don't want to risk more than 250. I did take ASFX for 2 months. Have you tried Tradesdale? He does VWAP. I really loved his teaching. I liked Austin too, but Tradesdale, I learned way more in the short time with each. Okay, nice, nice. I think I've seen him before, especially when I was like first learning about VWAP, but um I guess I just liked Austin's, I guess, energy and personality better. But I mean, hey, I mean, listen, if they make money, bro, you can learn from them, to be honest. Like that's just the truth. If they made money, you could learn from them. They don't make money, then you have to be a bit more skeptical, right? Like, for example, for me, like I'm not really trying to like teach people who watch me. I'm just trying to have a nice community to maybe where we can keep each other accountable. And then as we all get better, then maybe I can like be more firm in like some of my opinions. You know what I'm saying? But I think I have heard of Trades by Dale. We could see some buyers step in nicely here. Like he uses what does he use? He uses like the deviations on VWAPs. You know, so he doesn't just use the middle point, but he uses like, okay, if it's like overextended from VWAP, right? And then he uses like the 15-minute chart and then another one. I feel like trades, like he has a bit more of a complicated strategy, but Austin's like very like just simple and straight to the point. So that's what honestly like made me choose Austin is because of like how simple he keeps his trading. Like he just keeps it so simple, along with volume profile and your balance, etc. I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But does he like stream live on YouTube or I think I can add in one more contract here. All right, so we're a little over 250, but that's it's a-okay. So here, let's go and put in our average price. Let's just mark this thing up on TradingView. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong asset class, brother. There we go. Now I'm on NQ. We are at there, and then our stop is 33.90. And then 1R would be 70 points. So we would need to be making a new higher day in order to get our 1R. But again, we do have a nice level up above us at 21,527. So that could be a nice target we can hit with the runner. But I just feel like, I don't know, like I see buyers stepping in here. I, I think this thing could just like pop any minute now. So that's why I kind of want to be in this. I don't know if that's FOMO. I don't know if that's, again, like I definitely would not be in this trade if I would have taken that morning trade. Again, because the trade location is so much better, bro, in the morning. It was so much better. He does on Discord from 10 a.m. to noon every day, makes like 2K every day live in front of you. It's impressive. Nice. In 3 months, I only see him have one bad day. So do you like just like do you copy his trades or but he is not a good teacher. He's a trader. Austin's a teacher. Yeah, Austin's a good teacher. Like Austin may not be like the best trader making like millions from trading, but he makes enough money to be able to teach people. Like he makes like a livable income off trading. I think if I were to say like I think Austin definitely makes close to six figures, if not shy of six figures from like payouts. You see him do it, okay. So it's kind of like someone to where you just have to like observe to see how they do it and try to learn from that, right? But yeah, I don't love the trade location. And I'm saying, okay, if I don't love the trade location, damn, if I do just jump in and trade, is that FOMO? I think it might be. I think it might be a little bit FOMO because I missed my trade earlier this morning because I went to wait for the opening range to be set. But in reality, it's like, okay, the trade location is great. So why wait? You know? He will go over the trade he took, but not tell you ahead, but you see it all. I got you. So he'll just like, you'll literally see his chart, but you just see him entering and exiting. Like he won't really be like, oh, I'm about to take a trade. Like he literally just trades and you watch. And if you could catch whatever he catches, then that's great. If not, then not, right? But I like how buyers are stepping in here though. You know, we're defending the previous days in New York. Feel like my stop's pretty good. Good structure, allowing price to if it wants to retest the previous New York VWAP, it can do so. But after this trade, I mean, we're gonna close out because it's 11. Gonna take a little break, walk away from the charts, maybe put on a trade this afternoon, depending on how this trade works out. Probably not though, because the trade location wouldn't be in my favor. Like again, like this is why I kind of want to like separate myself from being so associated with like, oh, the time of day, like what time is it? I want to hold more value to where are we at in price action? Where is price? I think that's what's most important. And I think the time of day may help with how quickly your trade may play out or not, but I don't think it's going to really determine whether or not the trade's a winner. Because if that was the case, then we'd always see, okay, oh, these trades win always at 11, but at 9 o'clock they don't. Like, I don't really see that. I just see like the trade location is the the factor that determines whether or not like your trade is going to be a winner or not. But we're messing around entry right now. Playing around with our entry price. I don't really need to do anything with this trade. It could come back down, retest the daily VWAP, or sorry, the New York VWAP, and it'd be still a valid trade. Can't always be perfect in the spots. Let me see where high of day is. High of day is up here at this price level up here. This would be high of day, like around here. Again, like we're holding the previous day's New York pretty nicely. So ES is doing the same exact thing NQ is doing. ES's high of day is at 59.78. And this is the boring part of trading, bro. Just letting it play out, man. Just letting it play out. But is anyone in this trade? Anyone else? Did you take this trade on your practice account, Orange? That's a really cool thing you can also do is like with practice accounts, you can take the trades on your practice account and then export that trade data, import it into TradeZilla, and then like after like a month or two, you have a bunch of data. And that's a way to kind of like forward test the strategy without really having to put real risk on the market. You know what I'm saying? This thing's pinching, brother. I think it's like if we anchor, let's say we anchor a high day view up right here, I think that's what it's rejecting. Yeah, so we're clearly rejecting the high day anchored view up. Until we can get above this, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I have 3 separate accounts in my TradeZilla, practice, combines, and live. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Do you usually trade like what combines, what evals and funded accounts do you try to get? You try to get the 50Ks, 150Ks, 100Ks, like what are the sizes for your accounts? I wish TradeZilla also gave you an option to like merge accounts because I have just a bunch. I feel like I need to better organize my TradeZilla in terms of like my accounts. 50K, nice. Yeah, same here. So this is a 50K account. I do have a 150K, only one, and that's with top one futures. Damn, I'm fucking coming lower now. Yeah, I don't love this trade. Just because again, like I've been saying, bro, higher time frame, man. The best place to get long if you want just like easy, effortless longs down here. Easier said than done in hindsight, I know. But I mean, it's the truth. Like again, taking longs down here, far better than taking longs all the way up here. Especially when previously like sellers have stepped in around here. So the longs just may not be as easy, you know? It's like building lows on here. You see that? It's crazy. So we're building some nice structure on the previous day's New York, holding that kind of nicely. And then ES, legit the same thing, building that shelf. And if you're playing price like if VWAP as a zone, then I mean you'd get in on there. All right, so we're playing around our entry. Let's see if we reject the high of the anchored view up again. Again, if we want this trade to work out, bro, we really need buyers to be able to take this high of the anchored view up. We just keep finding sellers around that level and we just keep rejecting it. So let's see if we can actually get above it and push higher. Sorry guys, I'm like texting my boss real quick. Oh, we're in the green, baby. We're up $38. We're in the green, we're in the green, we're in the green, we're in the money, we're in the money. Let's push, let's push. All right, we're no longer in the money. We're at a bracket break even. Uneventful trade. But that's a good breakout of the Hive day anchored VWAP. ES didn't really necessarily get that same pop. But NQ looks good. Do we check financial news for any news? You know what I want to be careful for, bro? Is these equal highs up here. I don't want us to reject this 435 level. We need to break through that. Because then we can then target high for a new high of day. And don't we have the initial, yeah, the initial balance high is like right here. And it's really good how we had like buyers step in here, chop in, chop in, chop in. First break the initial balance high. Are we going to pop higher? Bro, this is so boring, bro. All right. We're done with the work. Nice. Man, this thing is doing a whole lot of just stalling, but I can see it popping, bro. I can see it popping higher. I can just see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. We have a crazy triple bottom down there at the previous days New York. Crazy triple bottom perfectly at previous days New York, telling me that that is a frequent spot where buyers have been recently stepping in. If sellers are able to take that, may raise for some concern. But again, we could very much lose this trade because, like I was saying earlier, dude, the trade location may not be the best in terms of like the bigger picture, higher time frame. Where are we at on our larger scale? Anyone in a trade? Anyone looking at anything? What are we looking at, guys? What are we looking for? Ugh, dude, my body's so achy, bro. I have like jet lag. But what are we looking for, guys? We're gonna have equal highs up at the 40s, or right before the right before the 40s. We're up 71 on this trade. In order to get 1R, I mean, we need to get 81. But again, we're not going to solely marry it. If we start to reject the high day, then hey, we can take profit there, no problem. That's like close to 200 bucks. It's way too soon for me to lock my stop right now. Way too soon. If I want to like go risk free, I mean, we need to at least get to the 50s. Because it could easily just come back, tap my stop, and then go. Easily do that. Hmm. But the location of this trade is not my favorite. So if we lose this, I can't really be mad. Well, I can't be mad out for loss anyway, but you know, still. It's very valid for us to be able to lose. It's also pretty valid for us to be able to win. But the trade of the day was definitely the opening trade because that was a clear higher low. You're not buying a very high price in this uptrend that we've been having. And we're approaching lunchtime here momentarily. So I mean, are we going to break the initial balance before 11:30? In the next 10 minutes, can we break the initial balance high? Because we're still trading within the initial balance. The good thing is we're not trading inside the opening range because that would suck like big time, right? But right now we're trying to push higher. We saw buyers step in at the previous day's New York VWAP. So can we break the initial balance high? Or are we just going to continue moving sideways? Or are we just going to rip lower? Yeah, this is like I mean trade looks good, but my only concern, my only thing that is like, okay, like what is working against me on this trade? Well, it's where we are on the higher time frame. It's not best location for the longs, but it's also not terrible, you know? It's just not going to be as easy of a long compared to the long that presented this morning. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Uh, dude, ES is sideways. So is NQ. I mean, we're sideways. Like, I mean, it's a good long because of how we've been able to find buyers at previous days in New York, and but at the end of the day, like looking at the higher time frame, it's just not the best location for longs. On the shorter time frame, it looks like a good setup, but on the higher time frame, I mean, you can clearly see that we're pretty high up. The better spot would have been to take the long in the morning, that breakout trade of the daily VWAP. That would have been far better to take. But you know, we're in it. This is the setup that we decided to take today. So let's see it through. Let's not let the fear of losing take side of this trade. Because if we lose, we only lose $282, and I can make that back in one trade. In one good trade, I make that back. So I am not tripping. It is all good. As boring as this is right now, it's okay. It is okay. All right, we're starting to bleed lower. Do 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 do. I'm checking Twitter to see if anyone else is in this or what people are looking at. Tape is strong, surprising daily candle so far. Continued upside is better for my goal of all-time highs in June. Trailed my short long before any of this. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, what in the actual dude, Patrick Whelan's crazy. What in the actual crazy honestly what the going on? Dakota leading 1000s of slaughter, shorting the open. Why is Dakota going short in the open, bro? There's no shot you look at the higher time frame and be like, yeah, it makes sense to short. If anything, you short up here where I'm going long at. Trump call with Putin has begun. Oh, that was 51 minutes ago. I just wonder if like the reason why the market's not moving is because the time of day right now, if we're exhausted, or if there's some type of news that's just like stalling this, or like what's causing this sidewaysness? Is it the time of day? Is it that okay, we just had like such a strong run up in the open and price action maybe be taking a breath before it's ready to kind of like move up? Maybe we want to build more structure. Maybe NQ just needs more liquidity. And in order to do that, we need to kind of like sweep these lows right here, bounce off the New York View app, and then go from there. We'll see. But I'm not seeing anyone's in a trade right now, at least on Twitter. All right, so yeah, 2 hours ago, we had breaking news: China on U.S. chip to export controls. U.S. undermines consensus reached in Geneva talks. Caution: the U.S. has imposed a 3.6 average tariff on China. We're also looking at 3.4 global average, 3.1 reciprocal baseline, and 0.4 on top of Canada and Mexico. Yes, lower than feared, but it still hits 2 trillion in trade and could cut GDP by 1.5%. I'm out, gonna eat. Good luck. All right, man. Absolutely. Take care. See ya. It's pretty boring price action. I'm also kind of tempted to just leave this trade on and walk away. This is not very eventful anymore. It's 11:30. You guys see the trade I'm in. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter whether we win or lose. Stops down here at this structure at 29,339, and then I'd look to take profits kind of up at the 80s, maybe 70s. But I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. But I'm probably gonna cut the stream as well. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. And yeah, I mean, let's just see if anything else happens on this Monday. But the one lesson I can try to point out is that trade location is everything. You know, the longs down here after higher lows have been made were really good, right? The further away you get from those higher lows, those longs may be a bit more difficult to take. So I just need to be more disciplined and not hesitating, not being afraid, and actually taking, especially like around here, like this was where we had the open. Take the trade. Higher low just was made. Take it. Take it. You know? But tomorrow we're gonna come in, we're gonna do better, we're gonna be bigger, we're gonna be better, we're gonna be stronger. Everything great. You know what I'm saying? So all right, bet. I think yeah, it'll look good. But that's ES, and then NQ, same thing. I mean, we see a nice higher low, and then from there, I mean, buyer step in, and then we start pushing higher. But let's see if we can actually continue higher to get our 1R. Let's see if we're actually going to want to break the previous day's high. Because previous day's high is up at 09, so I was wrong. It's not all the way up there. It's up at 09. But let's see if we get previous high. But like I said, I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. If you don't follow me on X, follow me on X. And if you guys want some nice affordable accounts with Top One, make sure you guys use code Manny for 40% off. That's who I'm trading with right now, Top One Futures. But yeah, guys. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end streams. Take care. Thank you guys for tuning in.